Well, as introduced, I'm Heather Hoffman, Vice President of Digital Strategy with Direct Employers Association. And alongside of me is Drew Palmer, Digital Strategy Support Representative. And we have the great privilege of working with our member companies in relation to providing recruitment marketing solutions, where we're going to compare advertising products to recruitment marketing. And we feel like this should be a relatable message for you today, since the products and decisions that you have revolve around your everyday lives. All right, so the definition of recruitment marketing. It's the process of building an organization's employer brand to attract top talent. Now, employer branding has been a hot topic this year. So if I can get a show of hands, how many of you have been paying close attention to employer branding content this year? So as we continually set the stage for you, we put together a short documentary where we hit the streets of our own hometown, Indianapolis, Indiana, and we were talking to consumers, job seekers, and employers about what affects their decisions. So let's take a look.
There? Where?
Right there,
Oh.
that one.
Let me take this off real quick. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, whoops.
Are you doing makeup today? Where's the, I could use some.
I'm an account executive.
I'm an administrative assistant at Robert Half in the BMO Harris Bank building.
What they have to offer besides salary. What is the job about?
Really seeing the culture.
Ease of using the job portal is the first and foremost thing.
I would say core values, different things that they actually promote within their business.
Honestly, I'd probably go with how trendy their website looks.
You have to do very many clicks on very many windows.
More information, concisely put.
Testimonials.
Why it's such a great company, why there, why spend, most of your life, part of your life working for them.
Is that it?
That's it.
And you're editing this, right? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep. Thanks.
I'm sure that you observed, we pulled from a variety of skill sets as well as age groups. And whether we were speaking to them as consumers looking to purchase a product, or whether we were speaking to them as job seekers looking to apply to a position online, their results were strikingly similar. Consumers favoring attractive, organized information, easy to open packaging, and from a job seeker's perspective, favoring simple and clean, ease of use in relation to the website, and consistent information.
So let's take a look at the definition of what a product brand is. It's a promise of specific benefits and value, one that is meaningful and relevant to the users and is different from the competition. Now, just like those answers were interchangeable, let's interchange employees for users, and here we have a great definition that we can all strive for in becoming our employment brand. Product brands are used to market to consumers and compare them in a way that employment brand can be marketed to future employees and candidates. So first thing you got to consider when you're marketing a brand is the environment. More times than not, you're right up next to your competition. So what do you have to do? You have to be eye-catching. You have to stand out.
What your job seekers experience from a consumer perspective can actually impact your overall employment brand. So I just wanted to share a quick little story with you. I'm a Starbucks coffee drinker. I'm sure many of you are. And through my experiences of visiting their coffee shop, I have formed a perception as to what I feel it would be like to work at Starbucks. And I formed that opinion based upon my experiences interacting with their employees, watching their employees interact with other customers, what I've heard as far as word of mouth, as well as what I've heard within the news. So all of those experiences collectively have helped me form my positive impression as to what it would be like to work within Starbucks. So just something to consider. And traditional tends to be TV, radio, and print, and they can only hold your attention for a short amount of time, not all the time, but they can typically interrupt instead of offering something valuable, and they can be expensive and not always, effective. From the creative perspective, that includes social, video, and mobile, and they can be very educational on your brand. They can create viral and searchable content, and they can be attractive and easy to consume, and they can also create awareness and loyalty of your brand. Now, dependent upon your line of work is really going to dictate which channel you favor, but if you're favoring traditional, I challenge you to think outside of the box and work towards that creative marketing. All right, so you have to consider how you're going to overcome the talent shortage. You need to rethink ways of approaching recruiting, such as leading with the creative marketing tactics that we just covered. Recruiters, it's time to put on your marketing caps. You need to think like marketers, right? So just like advertising a product, you need to prepare catchy, attractive, and impressive content for your job seekers. And you need to make sure that you're diversifying your content as well, so spreading it across multiple channels to ensure that you're reaching all of your target markets. You need to consider where your job seekers are finding you. And once they've found you, where are you driving them? Think through the application process. How many clicks does it take to actually apply to your job? And then how are you continually engaging them? What's the call to action for the job seeker? Do you just want them to submit their resume? Or do you want them to join your talent community? Do you want them to follow you on social so you can continually engage with them? They very well may not be the right fit right now, but they could be as they continue on with their skill set.
So brand identity is when employees, customers, partners all know and recognize you are who you say you are. So that's kind of the end goal. So we decided to showcase Alaska Air. When I think of Alaska Air, I think of pilots, flight attendants, and Eskimos. But clearly this is not the case because they have another hero image of people outdoors, sunglasses, very diverse crowd. You know, so that's really telling a lot about their company just through some images and changing what you thought previously.
Right.
So as you click to the right here, you got a video message. And video messages are great ways to portray your corporate brand, your corporate identity. Job seekers, when they watch, they get to see the dress code, they get to see interactions employees have with each other, you know, maybe different corners of the office that might appeal to them. Yeah, so it's very easily consumable, easy to apply, and very visual, which we like.
The military skills translator is front and center alongside of their other searching capabilities. And again, the site was built around search, and that's the way that it really should be, because ultimately you want the candidates to apply and look at your positions that you have.
Pretty passionate about this next one, so
Yep.
ditch the stock photos.
And we even talked about that being somewhat of a pre-qualifier, right?
Exactly.
If you're showcasing your true environment, we're not saying do all of these fun things. Be who you are and display that so that can be somewhat of a pre-qualifier for you. If that candidate is not interested in your environment, they're more likely not to apply.
So you want to be different, you want to be yourself, you want to be memorable. What are job seekers going to remember about your apply process? What does it say about your company? You know, you're trying to hire scarce candidates with unique skill sets.
So you want to be clear from the start about your business practices and make sure that you're delivering that message clearly. You want to motivate the job seeker to take action. So what is the call to action we talked a little bit about? Is it to apply, join your talent community, follow you on social? And then you want to connect your jobs to your target markets, right? So powerful brands, they're grounded with authenticity. They diligently apply their company's strengths, and they do that by instilling it in every touch point. Drew talked about a little bit at the beginning of our message here. And lastly, they're consistent. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Meow.
Give a